You know, the Dallas Cowboys are one of the most talented teams in the NFL. So when people ask me, what's the number one thing holding them back from winning a Super Bowl this season? The only thing I can think of is their coach. In a moment, I'll tell you why this season is a win-win for the Dallas Cowboys and their fans. But first, this. Will this be the final season for Jason Garrett as the Dallas Cowboys head coach? It's weird to start off a season that way, but here we are. I know that there are a lot of dejected Cowboys fans that think that Jason Garrett will never be fired as the head coach of the Cowboys. And that is going to happen this season if, as we've heard Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones say, they don't at least get to an NFC Championship game. Now, if Dak Prescott suffers an injury and misses the majority of the season, then Jason Garrett's job is probably safe. But that's it. Anybody else gets injured, and I don't think Jerry or Steven hide behind injury being the reason for the Cowboys' failures. Now you might be thinking, well yeah, but if they fire Garrett, who'd be their next head coach? Lincoln Riley is a guy I know that the Cowboys have already reached out to gauge interest, and he's already said no. What about Sean Payton? Look, if Drew Brees walks, then it's not hard to believe that Sean Payton would walk behind him, because the Cowboys currently have one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. So to leave a Drew Brees-less Saints team for a Cowboys team with tons of talent and a blank check and almost complete control over roster. Now, if Drew Brees stays, then in all likelihood, Sean Payton does too. So what do the Cowboys do then? That might seem like worst case scenario, and perhaps it is, or maybe perhaps worst case scenario would be another season with Jason Garrett. But remember Stephen Jones, who learned everything that he knows about putting a roster together in the NFL from Bill Parcells. Jerry Jones hired Bill Parcells, yes, to help them build the new stadium, but he also hired him in order to give his son Steven the best possible internship that he could have. The Cowboys' current roster is a roster built under the guise of Bill Parcells. Steven has done his best Bill Parcells roster building impersonation. So the only thing left to do is go full Bill Parcells and no, not become the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, but to figure out who would be that next Sean Payton. Because remember, Bill Parcells brought Sean Payton into Dallas, and when he brought him into Dallas, he was bringing him in to mold him into the next great head coach in the National Football League. It's time to get giddy, Cowboys fans. This Cowboys team is legit, has great talent, some of the best talent in the National Football League, and they have set a true marker for success this season. Jason Garrett's gone if they don't get to an NFC Championship game. So either they win and play for an NFC Championship for the first time in over 2 decades, or they don't. And everybody wins because the Cowboys are finally looking for a new head coach.